How is everyone doing? This is Sid here, the spiritual and business consultant, as always, also known as Lucifer. And if you're wondering what am I doing on Earth, let me tell you. I'm talking about everything the Earth is made of. And what is that? Business and spirituality, son. All right. Okay. I would like to start off. I just finished eating, so I might have some stuff in my mouth sometimes. Sorry about that. It's gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a good video. It's gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a good one. Um, I would like to say thanks to all of my supporters, everybody that supported me from day one. You guys are awesome. I would like to thank everybody that's still supporting me right now. You guys are awesome. I'm going through a rough patch, and some of you guys are holding me down. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jafar. Thank you, BW. Thank you to the community. I would like to say thanks to I forgot his name. Curry. Curry too. Curry supported me a little bit, So I would like to say thanks. I haven't talked to him in a long time. But I would like to say thanks because he's one of the people that supported me after I got out of jail. That was there that when I got out of wherever I was. So thank you guys for being there and thanks for being there, man. That's it. That's all I have to say. Thanks. Also, I would also like to say that I know that there's some good things that's going to happen in the demonic realm. I know there's some big things, some big changes coming, and some great things that's going to happen. Like I said in my last video, I'm bitching out, okay? It's I'm bitching out. Why am I bitching out? Because I done fucked up and fell in love with somebody. I done fucked up and fell in love with someone I didn't expect to fall in love. I did. The person's gone. Now I have to deal with the consequences and repercussions of my actions. The repercussions. Um, hey, it's better to laugh about it than cry about it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you might want to turn the volume up on this video. I'm still having mic problems. I still have my blue snowball here, my 1960s microphone here. It's a badass microphone. It's a badass microphone. I love it. So you might want to turn the volume up. I'm gonna try and speak loud so you guys can hear whatever I'm saying. But hey, here we go. And no, I am not being very regal or serious right now, and I don't feel like being regal and serious right now. First of all, we are going to talk about something serious, but this is even though there's a lot of spiritual aspects to it, which I'm going to explain, we're still going to talk about it in a lax fashion. Why? Because this has a lot to do with the younger generation. It has a lot less to do with older people, more mature people. Um, it has a little bit to do with maturity, with older people too, obviously. We're going to talk about women, okay? No. I'm not going to talk about women. I'm going to talk about how to manifest women. That's what the fuck I want. Why do you want to talk about that shit with your big old smile on your face? Why you want to talk about shit like that? Because I love women a lot, and I'm starting to see a pattern. And this is not just some people might feel triggered, but don't feel triggered, because when I choose to talk about something, trust me, it has something to do with spirit. That means either I've heard it a bunch of times after or before I had already spoken to you. Basically, when I hear something multiple times and I get multiple, like, how do you say, synchronicities, I talk about the shit. And sometimes the flow goes where the energy goes. So if everybody's feeling one way, I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear it through the ether. I'm gonna hear it through the ether, and then I'm gonna have to talk about it because the ether is telling me, "Yo, you should speak on that," or you should put your 2 cents on this. So I'm not trying to trigger nobody. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not trying to accuse anyone of anything or any such manners. But it's a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject. Okay, word, sir. Um, because people get in their feelings when we talk about women. You see now, because and it's not just that. Women and men get in their feelings when you talk about relationships and shit like that. I'm not talking about relationships. I could, but I'm not gonna. What I am gonna say is, well, this video is obviously for men, even though women, I want you to pay attention. Okay, I want you to pay attention, and if I'm lacking somewhere, I need you to catch me. All right, so hit up the comment section if I'm lacking somewhere or if I missed the spot, and let me know in the comment section. So why am I making this video for men? Because I've noticed a pattern. Like I said, I've noticed a pattern, and it's a pattern that I feel like men nowadays are tired of chasing, or they're not chasing at all. And that's cool. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when you get into your feelings about it. That's where there's a problem. Why is that a problem? Well, first of all, you're blocking your abundance because you're angry at something. When you're angry at something, you're blocking the abundance of it. So if you're angry because you don't have enough money, you're blocking the money from coming in. So the more you acknowledge that money is an issue, the more money becomes an issue. So it's the same thing for women. If you're trying to manifest a woman, if you have issues with women, if you have unresolved issues, if you have resentment or unresolved issues, because it's easy to feel resentful about women. I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry, ladies, but it's true. It's very easy, especially for good guys. I'm a good guy. I consider myself, I'm part of the good guys. Okay? I consider myself part of the good guys. You might be like, that's some bullshit, but I consider myself one of the good guys. Why? Because I like treating my women right. I like to treat them right. I don't want their, even though I might be guilty of excusable or sorry actions towards past lovers, recent and old, I still do my best. I do my best. I don't really get into a relationship thinking, whatever. And no, I do my best. I want you to be happy. I want to make you happy, blah, 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 blah. And when you feel like that and you get rejected or you get dumped, it's easy to feel resentment. It's easy to feel like, well, whatever, it's just like blah, blah, blah. But, like, you're blocking yourself. You're blocking yourself. There's 8 billion people on the fucking planet. Like there's so many women that we don't even know what to do with them. You know, like, not for real. Let's be real. Like, there's so much women on the planet, we don't know what to do with them. We have no idea. We don't know how to act. So, like I said, I'm not going to talk about relationships, but I will talk about manifesting. And if you have, like I said, I've noticed this pattern of resentment towards women. Yes, there are bad women. There's bad women. There's not that there's bad women, but there's better choices that you could make when talking about women. There's better choices, and there's always a better choice because nobody's perfect. So there's always room for improvement. Whether you choose to improve the one that you're with, or you choose to improve the choices you make to be with someone, with your ideal partner. So there's no need for resentment. There's no need to you don't need to be resentful. You don't need to be angry at women because they hurt you in the past. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it sucks. You wonder why it happens, but it happens. You know, and but the thing is, it's not over yet. It's never over. You know, it's never over. And you can manifest as many times as you want. You know, you can manifest a woman as many times as you want. And to be honest, if you are waking up spiritually, I don't think trying to meet women is what you should be doing. I think if you are waking up spiritually, that's the worst time ever to meet women. Why? Because you're in the fourth dimension, and the fourth dimension is chaos. And you need to understand, you need to swim out of the chaos. You need to understand the chaos in order to get out of it. So during that time, it's not the best time to be trying to mingle with strangers. This is why manifestation is better than mingling with strangers. Because when you're mingling with strangers, you're mingling with what could be an NPC, a non-playable character. You could be mingling with anything, any creature, any sea creature, any entity. You could be talking to you could be talking to Lucifer, you could be talking to God, you could be talking, it could be anything. When you mingle, you don't know what you're going to fall on because you didn't decide to fall on anything. So anything goes. That's the law. That is the law. And when something is law, that means it's unshakable. I know there's a lot of you guys that don't like rules and they don't like to practice. This ain't for you. This is not for you. None of my videos are for you. If you're not serious about your spiritual practice, don't listen to my videos because I'm going to tell you to practice. I'm going to tell you to open up a grimoire and repeat the words exactly how it's, no fucking Evil Dead shit. We ain't doing no Evil Dead shit here. We open books and we say the words exactly as it is written. And we do rituals. And we invoke demons and we invoke spirits. Some of you people want to invoke angels. That's your business. I wouldn't suggest it, but that's your business. That's none of my business, and I don't want to make it my business either. I think that shit's fucked up. But so um what the fuck was I saying again? I don't fucking remember. Yeah. So nah, I don't remember what the fuck I was saying. So anyways, we practice here. Okay, these videos are for people that actually practice magic, because people that actually practice magic will understand what I'm saying, and they will be able to put it to good use also. Not that I'm saying if you don't practice magic not to listen to my videos, because there are some nuggets of knowledge or wisdom that you can find, obviously. But if you're gonna comment on my videos and you're gonna be like, well, how do you do this? How do you do that? Or can you do this? Why don't you do it yourself? You can do it yourself. I do magic for hire. I don't have a problem doing magic for hire. Pay me and I will do some fucking magic for you. No fucking problemo. But it's a new age. It's a new time. There's no more secrets. It's not time for secrets. And to be honest, a lot of our secrets are going out of date. They're not relevant anymore. Almost. Let's not exaggerate, but almost. And I'm not saying you should disrespect your ancestors and be like, fuck spirits and shit like that. I know there's some fucking spiritual, I don't know what the fuck their problem is, and I don't care. But I have heard shit like that. I have heard people be like, fuck your ancestors and shit like that. And like literally say, fuck your ancestors. Like, I'm not even trying to be many times. So there's a lot of spiritual people, especially last year. Last year was worse. A lot of spiritual people was like, well, fuck spirits and blah 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 blah, fuck tradition and shit like that. Well, whatever. That's none of my business, man. That you do you. You do your shit the way you do your shit. I'm gonna do my shit the way I do my shit. Which is literally what a lot of Generation Z and Generation Z people and millennials believe. That's how they feel. They feel the power. They get the download. They feel the power. They see the power around them activating. But they on some shit like, I'ma just take it day to day. I'll just take it day to day. When it happens, it happens. No, that's not what they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you something, but you ain't listening. They're trying to tell you something, but you're not listening. And it's going to be hard for people like that, man. I know there's a lot of you out there. And I know a lot of my viewers like to listen. I know there's a lot of my viewers that are like that. Let's not lie. I know a lot of my viewers are like that, man. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. But this is serious shit. Like magic is real. Magic is a real thing. It exists. I don't give a fuck what scientists say or blah, blah, blah. They don't know shit. Why? Because they never practiced it. How can you judge something you never did? And if you did do it, you didn't do it the right way. Because if I do some magic for you, it's going to work. If I do magic in front of you, it's going to work. There's no if and buts about it. There's no doubt there. So I don't care what scientists say and blah, 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 blah. They don't know shit. They don't know anything. Not yet. Until scientists starts to fucking do rituals and then tell me, yo, that ritual don't work. That's bullshit. I did it 300 times. It don't fucking work. Your shit's garbage. You know what I mean? When a scientist is going to step up to me and tell me some shit like that, I'm going to be like, all right, I got you. Let's see. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on. What's the problem? Because there has to be a problem if it ain't working. It's because there's a problem. And maybe you're the problem. Because you are in so much disbelief that you're fucking up your own shit when you're doing it. You know, so I don't care what some pseudo intellectual has to say about magic, to be quite honest. Because I'm not crazy. Tens of thousands of people on the planet are not fucking crazy. I got people in my family that practice magic. I practice magic. I know people that practice magic. I know people that know people that know people that know people that practice magic. So there's, please give me a break. Give me a fucking break. So what I'm trying to get at here is quite simple. Why are you not manifesting the people you want in your life? Because you're going out and you're risking your life, men and women. Let's be honest, because people are crazy out here. You're risking life and limb to go out a bar or a club to talk to someone that you're probably never going to see again. That's a waste of time. That's what wasting your time is. Mind you, if you start manifesting, if you start trying to manifest somebody, it could happen that spirit tell you, go to the club today. Specifically today, not tomorrow. I'm not talking about when you went to the club last week. I'm talking about today. You go to the club today and you're going to meet somebody. And it's going to be the one that you wished for. Because you need to understand, when you practice magic, that's why you need a wand. That's why you need a wand. You need a catalyst. When you practice magic, magic users have altars. Everything on the altar is a catalyst for something. When you walk into a magician's house and you see the altar, everything on the altar is a catalyst for either a spirit, a demand, or anything of the above. You need a catalyst. So, what is a catalyst? A catalyst is something that attaches two parts of an engine together. That's a catalyst. So, when you trying to manifest women, you're going to need a catalyst. What does that mean? You're going to need an area of effect. Now, mind you, I'm not talking about areas of effect today, because that's some high level shit that even I am not on that level yet. I don't have area of effect spells yet. You know, I know of area of effect spells, but I don't practice those sorts of magic. Of course, if I do magic in my room, there's an area of effect, which is my room. If I do it in front of my house, the area of effect is going to be in front of my house. If I do it, in the living room, the area of effect is the living room and the room, and so on and so on. But there are specific area of effect spells that you can practice to help or damage somebody. And that's been done to me quite a many few times. You know, people put a bottle, if you see a bottle full of salt and pepper on the corner of your house and shit with some weird powder in it, that's nigga doing some magic. And you keep fucking having arguments with everybody that keeps running to your house, it's because of that little bottle with that little bullshit that's in it. You know, I don't know how many times I found, because I can smell magic. Because when you practice magic, you can smell it. You know, so, at a certain level, you can smell it, and There's a lot of people that tried to fuck my life up like that tried to get me to have arguments with other people by putting shit in my house without me noticing. Or I'm going to their house and they already have the shit already set up. So like that, when the company comes, everybody's argumentative. Everybody's arguing with everybody. Some people like that. Some people like that. Some people just don't like you. Some people will act like they like you and talk to you like there's nothing wrong, and then they out here trying to do some fucking bullshit on you. It happens. So, you'd be surprised how many times it probably and the worst part is me, because I practice magic, I always check for magic items first in somebody's house. If when I go to somebody's house, I always check their magical items, because everybody has a magical item. Everybody has totems or artifacts in their house, and it has a certain lingering energy attached to it. So some things in the house might have more energy, some things in the house might have less energy. So if you're walking around the house and you're not feeling anything disturbing, that means there's no magical items in that house. Not magical items. Well, there's non-toxic magical items in the house, because the person could have a magical item in the house, but it's not meant for you to feel. It's not meant for you to know about. So that item that's placed wherever it is in the house is not going to disturb you, because it has nothing to do with you. But you might see it and you might recognize it as a magical item, but it's not meant for you, so it's not gonna hurt you. And yeah, so I check corners. I check house corners. I'm always checking fucking corners. Corners are important. House corners? Shit. House corners are super important, man. I don't know why, but corners, shit, man. So it's good to check corners in the house to see what kind of shit is laying around. You know what I mean? Because the dude might have a little bottle with some salt and some pepper in it, and then and then all your friends come over, all y'all fighting over some bullshit. So what I'm trying to get at here, like I said before, is all that power, all that knowledge can be used to manifest your ideal partner. But if you want to do that, if you want to use that, and you want to do that, then guess what? You have to get rid of the resentment. And this is not just for people that practice magic, to be quite honest. I rather talk to the people that practice magic, because it's easier for us to communicate, because we already know things, and the other people that are trying to figure out these things, they don't practice, so they don't know these things. But just because they don't know these things, that doesn't mean that they don't have any magical or spiritual strength. They might have a lot of spiritual strength, they just don't use it, which is the case for 99% of people on the planet. I might even say 100, to be quite honest. So, as a magician, it's easier for us to manifest women, obviously, because we do rituals and we're connected to spirits. So the spirits will tell us if our request is accepted or denied. So we will know very quickly, very quicker than other people. Now, if you're not interested in manifesting a woman, and if you're not interested in manifesting a woman using magical practices, then I'm sorry to tell you, the way to manifest a woman might be a little bit boring. Why? Because you got to be very romantic with yourself. You got to be romantic with yourself. And you're not really being romantic with yourself. You're being romantic with the person that you're with. You know, because there's two ways of thinking about this. There's either you write it down, either you see it. No. Because we're talking about verbs. We're talking about conjugation here. Either you see this person as a future person, or either you see this person as a present person. I would suggest, if you wanted to work faster and you wanted to be, wait a minute. Let's be honest. If you're looking for some sexy time, I will suggest to think about your girl as if she's already here, that you're already dating her. If you're looking for sexy time, you know what I mean? You know, relationships too, I would suggest to use the same method. But some people are not capable of acting like that because they're too analytical. They're too logical. Their imagination is not as vivid as some other people might be. So for these people, I would suggest to talk as if it's your future person. But regardless that you're talking as if, or you're acting as if you're with your future person, at some time and point, you're going to have to act as if this person's already here. But that's later down the road. And you'll know when. It's not me that's going to tell you. It's the universe is going to tell you when to act like that. So you don't have to worry about that part. But yeah, if you're doing the other way though, you got to be romantic, man. You got to have some, you got to get you some game. You got to get you some game. You got to tell her some nice things from time to time. You know, when you're by yourself, obviously. You got it, because it's telepathy. You're actually doing telepathy. You're actually letting the person know that you love them at a distance. Because the person's already there. Because you're already connected. There's people all across the world are connected to you. And there's people that are matched to you spiritually, vibrationally, right? So that vibration goes out because you're not creating a human. You know, the person's already there. You're activating her. You're waking her up, right? Because it's like she's in the stasis pod, just like in the Matrix, right? And then you decide one day, you know what? I want a girlfriend. And then you wake her up. She gets out the stasis pod and she comes and join you. So you're going to need to be romantic. And to be romantic, you got to let go of resentment. And you got to be romantic with yourself. Listen to music. Listen to R&B songs. Listen to, love songs. For an hour or less. Up to an hour. Up to an hour of love songs. You don't have to do a whole hour. Maybe 20 minutes is fine. You know, a couple songs. You know, I would say even 10 minutes might be okay. You know, it depends on the frequency that you do it. You know, if you do it every weekend, if you do a special day every weekend for you and your soon to be, 20 minutes is fine. 20 minutes to an hour is fine. And you know, like, and I wouldn't suggest to do it on a special day, to do everything. Let it happen organically. You know, concentrate on your girlfriend. Concentrate on who you want or what you want for the time being, as of right now. And yeah, do romantic things. Listen to some love songs. Write her a letter. Listen to some love songs. And do that frequently. And think about her. Send her telepathic messages. Compliments. You know, compliments. Remind yourself how much of a loving person you are. Also at the same time, because that's attractive to a woman. Women might not act like it, but they actually do like to be appreciated from time to time. So, and it's not because a 3D woman is not the same as your fifth dimensional woman that you're creating. So you can't compare her to everyone else because she's not like everyone else. She's a product of spiritual consequence. So don't treat her like she's everybody else because she's not everybody else. And if she treats you like you're just like everybody else, you did something wrong. You're gonna have to restart. But that's the thing. Restart. Don't get mad. Just restart. Because I'm watching a lot of fucking videos, and I'm fucking tired of these fucking videos. I'm tired of this alpha male shit, man. I'm tired of this alpha male shit, man. I might be an alpha male. That might be true. That might be false. Who knows? Only the shadow knows. But I'm tired of it because it's starting to sound bad. Being the alpha male is not about insulting women or using your overly developed intellect to make women feel bad. That's not alpha male shit. That's beta male shit. Because the alpha male, the only thing an alpha male wants to know is what's your name, what's your phone number. That's what alpha males do. They don't talk down to women. They don't fucking start insulting shit. They don't do that. And alpha males don't need nobody to tell them who the fuck to date or not. If I want to fuck a hoe, I'm gonna fuck a hoe. Like, if today I feel like doing that, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. Because I'm an alpha male. So I'm getting tired of these lame bozos. These fucking Bozo the Clown videos, bro. Like, I'm sorry, man. Let me take my glasses off, man. Yes, I called a whole bunch of people fucking bozos. But it's fucking true. Speaking of bozo, let me fix my head wrap here. So it is it's bozo energy, nigga. It's bozo energy, cause it is, cause it's like it's a bunch of people that come out of high school. They have their degree in communication, but have no imagination. Or maybe they do have imagination, because let's face it, the state of the world is fucked up, man. People are very disinterested in a lot of fucking shit. Like, there's cool things that I'm interested in that a lot of my fucking friends are not interested in, man. Friends and family, they're not interested in the same shit I'm interested in, So it's kind of hard to promote new things to people. So instead of promoting new things, all these guys, they have their degree in communication. They have their degree in cinematography or whatever the fuck they have a degree in that has something to do with YouTube. Because believe it or not, a lot of people, that's what they're doing nowadays. They go to school just to start a YouTube fucking channel. And they end up just being sheep. They end up being sheep because there's a check. It's just a job. So you're right, they're not bozos. They're just doing their job, but the job is toxic. It's a toxic job, bro. Like, it's a toxic job. You're not helping nobody, man. You're polluting the airwaves. This is fucking pollution. It's fucking pollution, bro. It's garbage, trash. You know what I mean? And there's like thousands of videos like that. And I'm sitting here as an alpha male And I'm sitting here as an alpha male and I'm looking at these fucking idiots just berating these women. Like, what? Like, what the fuck is this? So, anyways, like, and hey, man, I don't know if y'all watch these videos from time to time, but I said berated, but it's worse than that. It's worse than that. Like, you know, like dudes have no respect nowadays, and even if they have respect, you don't know if they have respect or not because on their YouTube channel, all they're doing is dissing women. You know, so dude might be a good dude, but it's just a job. You know, he took the wrong job. You know what I mean? And it's not even that he took the wrong job, to be quite honest, because that's the only job that there is right now. That's the only job there is right now, is just berating women. You know? And they're the most wonderful thing, you know, you could have in this life. You know? Maybe not a woman as a woman, not a hoe. You know, like a woman is one of the most wonderful things you can have in this life. One of the most beautiful treasures you can see, taste, touch, and feel. And that's how I look at it, man. I look at pussy like a fucking reward. You know, like, not for real. Like it's like when you give a dog a bone, the dog is happy. You know, I'm not unhappy when I found a woman. Like, you know, like, so we're manifesting now. We don't need to go and mingle and do all that shit and blah blah blah. You don't need to do all that. And you don't need to feel alone either. You don't need to be alone. You don't need to feel alone. You don't need to feel loneliness at all. Because there are women waiting for you. But this world is a world of illusions and lies. And when you stay stuck in your anger, no pun intended, no offense meant, but when you say stuck in your anger, these women that are literally waiting to see you, literally, you won't ever see them because you're too angry. So it's not even that you're passing by opportunities to get down with somebody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you are completely transitioning from one dimension to another. Because believe it or not, there's a dimension where you are an attractive alpha male. Everybody, all the dudes. Everybody, there's a dimension like that. It's a dimension, but you have to know how to walk through. I just heard a noise. Anyways, you have to learn how to walk through and get into that dimension, because like every door, there's a key, right? Like every door, there's a key holder, right? There's a keyhole. You got to know what key goes there in order to cross through that dimension. And I'm telling you how to cross through that dimension right now. Get rid of resentment. Get rid of anger. Get rid of negative points of view about women. And everything will be fine. That doesn't mean that those negative aspects don't exist. Because they do, kind of, in another dimension. In another dimension. In another, if you don't understand what I mean by dimension, in another way of thinking. In another way of thinking. there are women that are exactly like what these guys are saying. But there's another dimension that makes this dimension that we are living in, that we think is real, where dudes are insulting women, women are insulting dudes, that dimension that we feel is real because we always feel things are real when we can see something bleed. Right? If something bleeds, it's real. Who decided that? What the fuck is blood anyways? What the fuck is that? Not for real. Give me a second. No, give me a second. What the fuck is blood any fucking ways? What is that? We got a crimson liquid running through our bodies. What the fuck is that? Like, what is it? Like, what is it? You know? And why don't we just have water running through our fucking bodies? Why is it red? Like, what the fuck? No, but spiritually speaking, we know what blood is. But spiritually speaking, what the fuck is blood, man? What the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Like, what is it? Like, can somebody fucking tell me? Like, why is this thing running through our veins right now? No. So, nobody can say that. It's like saying why does the light switch on when I flip the switch? No one knows. No one knows that shit. So how can you say it's real? You don't know what the fuck it is. You don't know if it's real. You don't know if it's fake. You don't know what light is. No one knows what light is. No one knows what blood is. No one knows what light is. No one knows what air is. No one knows shit. And those are things that we're never going to find out unless we die. So how do you know if something is real or not? But humans, because of our visceral reptile minds, have this tendency of feeling like if this nigga is crying, that shit's real. If this nigga is bleeding, that shit's real. No, it's not. It's not. It's just like everything else. It's the same as everything else. There's no, we all live in the same fucking planet. We all live on the same dimension. It's the same shit. If everything's fake, the shit you just saw is fake too. You know, like, you know, period. You know what I mean? Period. Point blank range. Like, if you see, you know, like, hey, man, anyways, whatever. Before I get ahead of myself here. So, the point I'm trying to make here is, yes, it could still happen that you don't mingle and you talk to a woman and you think that's the woman that you were supposed to meet, that you were waiting for, that you were manifesting, but she ain't it. But you end up realizing, nah, this girl crazy. That ain't for me. That shit can happen too. That shit can happen too. So, and it will happen because the universe will test you. The universe will test you to see if you're gonna get angry again if you lose, if you get rejected. Because the point that spirit is trying to make, that the gods, the ascended masters are trying to make, is we want you to feel happiness, but we don't want to put you in a situation that's going to put you back in your unhappy state. So if you can be happy without her, then you will get her. Because it's safe now. It's safe because you're not going to fall in a sunken place. Because the universe doesn't want you to fall in a sunken place, bruh. So the universe doesn't want you to fall in a sunken place. So yes, you will be tested. It can happen. But you'll know. You'll know. Because you gotta take a step back. You'll see everything clearly. Because you're taking a step back. That means you're looking at things from a bird's eye view. You're not going to the club every weekend. You're not going to the bar every weekend. You're not, trying to be social and shit like that. No, you're concentrating on yourself. That means you're going to the gym, you're eating right, blah, 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 blah. You're going to your job, whatever. But when you're at home, you manifest, right? It could take some time, or it could be very short and sweet. It depends on the person. It depends on the person. You might try to manifest somebody right now and it's going to work. It depends on your situation. It depends on the level that you're at. It depends on the things that you do. Depending on who you are and what you do, the speed of the manifestation occurs according to whatever is going on in your life. But it will happen. Happen often. There's a lot of experiences that I had that I cannot talk about on YouTube. But it works tremendously well. It works tremendously well. So, so yeah, man, there's no real reason. I don't understand why everybody's getting so fucked up about this, about women and shit like that. I understand that. Just live and let live. Live and let live. And the reason why I'm saying that live and let live is because these people that you are perceiving that aren't even people at all, these entities that you perceive as being people are not people, man. And you're the creator of your universe. So what you're seeing is just a reflection of yourself. What you're seeing is a reflection of yourself. You're not really walking on people and stuff like that. You're just looking at yourself all day. Life is a reflection of yourself. Everybody is you. You are everyone. I'm everything and nothing. I'm the abyss. So, like I said, manifest who you want in your life. And I said this, I said the same shit to my sister not too long ago. My sister's like, I meet dudes, but dudes are fucked up and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you let it up to chance to meet people. Why are you living it up to chance? Right now, we are practicing. We are all practicing. Even people that don't want to practice magic are practicing magic. It's just those people that don't believe in rules and regulations and shit like that and blah, blah, blah. Not that there's that many rules in the world of magic, but, whatever. Those people that don't want to follow the rules, those people are learning slower than magic practitioners, and their process is going to be a little bit slower because they don't want to listen to what spirit have to say, because spirits are trying to talk to them, but they don't fucking care, because number one, they're scared. Either they're scared, which is the number one reason why people don't listen to what spirit have to say, or they just don't care. So it's one or the other. And at some point, people are going to wake up. More people are going to wake up. More people are going to start believing more. And when that's done, we still have a lot more to go, because we still have religion. And that has to go too. Religion has to get the fuck out of here. And that's going to be a harder battle, even though we're kind of winning, but it's going to take some time, because a lot of people really believe in this religion shit. Like they are stone cold hard believers, so those people, it's going to take more. Those people are going to take even more time, for them to get along, to get around, because a lot of people feel like, because this is the problem with most people's spiritual process, and this is the reason why I keep saying, like, God is a energy dampener. Religion is an energy dampener. It's a power dampener. If you don't know what a dampener is something that lowers the level of efficiency of an object or an electrical object or things like that. Things of that matter. So, like I said, it's the energy. Religion is an energy dampener. So for a lot of people, a lot of these young people out here that don't want to practice magic, but they do have they have a spiritual affinity for magic, but they don't practice, and they take it YOLO, they take it day to day. That's because they believe that they don't need to practice because, the God is on their side. So for as long as they believe in that shit, and it is really shit, they won't be able to manifest as hardcore as a magic practitioner is capable of manifesting, even though they should be able to manifest as hardcore as a magical practitioner by now, because there's a lot of power right now in the world. There's a lot of ether in the world right now. There's a lot of mana. There's a lot of magical essence right now, man. Shit is crazy. And not a lot of people are taking advantage of it, except for magic practitioners, because they practice every day. So they're the only ones that gets the reward. But there's a lot of rewards. There's a lot of boons. So that's the problem with a lot of young people right now, is that that belief they have that they don't need to do anything because God's on their side and blah 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 blah. That's the most boring thing I've ever heard in my life. The most boring thing I've ever heard in my life. So anyways, and personally, me, man, I don't know, but if I was God and dudes was just acting lazy and shit like that, bro, I wouldn't help you. Like, you got power. Like, why do you need my help for? Like, you're asking me something that you could do yourself. You're asking me for a fish, but you already know how to fucking fish. Just go fucking fish. Like, what are you asking me for fishes for, dude? Like, anyways, but it's gonna change eventually. It's gonna take a couple of years, but it's gonna change eventually. We're already ahead of the curve. Demonologists are ahead of the curve, and then it's gonna be the star seeds that's gonna come around, and then it's gonna be everybody else, obviously. So yeah, especially if you're a demonologist, man. Like, if you're a demonologist and you have resentment for women, I don't get it. Not really, not because let's be truthful here, man. We know spells to create companions and things like that, so just do that spell. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you never wanted to do it before, but just do that spells. I don't know how many fucking love spells I did to get some fucking pussy in my fucking life. Like, a bunch of them. I did some Enochian love spells to get some fucking pussy. It almost fucking worked. But the girl felt like, I met a girl, I did a love spell, and then I went outside. I took a walk as if I was manifesting. Because I was manifesting. I was trying to get some pussy. And I did an Enochian spell. And I met this girl while I was walking. It was night. It was at night. I met this girl, cute girl. We started talking and shit, but I could see in her face that she felt something was wrong. Like she felt like she felt it. Like, she felt the magic. Like, she felt like this is This is weird. Like she did. Like this is weird. Like so we just went about our way. You know. So the spell worked, but I didn't have all the tools I needed to make that spell efficient. So the spell itself works. The problem was me. You know. So there's nothing wrong with getting pussy, man. Like, and there's nothing wrong if you just want to fucking, if you just want to fuck. There's nothing wrong with that either. Like there's nothing wrong with that either. So of course, I work with Lilith. So how how Lilith be. Lilith is very feminine power and shit like that. Even though sometimes she might put her foot in the mouth. Sorry, Lilith. Part of my how do you say it? Insubordination. But yeah, like if you're trying to get some pussy and you work with Lilith, it might be hard, because she's down with it, but she would rather you love a woman than just ask her for some fucking sex and shit. She would rather you expand yourself and learn from being with someone in a relationship and things like that. And also if Lilith is working with you and you get a girlfriend, that's probably Lilith. Your girlfriend's probably Lilith. So, you don't want to treat her like a one night stand. You don't treat Lilith like a one night stand unless you feel like dying. Unless you feel like dying, you don't treat Lilith like a one night stand. That will be your last. She will help you with all that end of living that you are currently doing. Like she will help you end all that living that you be doing all day. So yeah, man, like you have as magicians, we have we have at least 3 different types of opportunities to not feel lonely, to not feel loneliness, to not be alone. And as a normal person, you have at least one very strong and very good opportunity to not feel alone, which is manifestation. But you got to know how to do it, and you got to remember the telepathy. I didn't talk about that in this video. I should have talked about it a little bit more. But don't remember that the telepathy you're doing when you're talking to your so-called woman, or when you're talking to women as a whole, because you can do that too. You can talk about women as a whole. That will make you more attractive. And what I mean by talking about women as a whole, that means what you feel about women, how you feel about women. You always got to be positive when you're talking about women. Women got power, especially even in the spiritual world. They got power, man. It is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. Deal with it. But so I'm not saying you got to simp, but don't speak negatively. Because when you speak negatively, even if you're right, you're cutting yourself off. So don't cut yourself off. Speak truthfully. Don't say any stupid, shit that you can think of, romantic, goofy shit that you can think of, because that shit ain't gonna work. It's all about you gotta use your mind, you gotta use your crown chakra, you gotta use your throat chakra, and you gotta use your heart chakra. So if your heart is not in line with what your mind and your mouth is saying, your heart is not in line with what you're thinking and what your mouth is saying, it's not gonna work, and you're gonna get a bad reaction. You're going to get an allergic reaction from women instead of having a positive reaction. So don't sit there and be like, well, I'm saying positive shit. What the fuck? Why are y'all hating? Because they know you bullshitting. That's why. Because they know you bullshitting, man. So don't bullshit. Don't overstep yourself. Be yourself, because everybody has a different love language. Everybody has a different way of expressing love. So express that love the way you know how to express it, and do it often, and that will make you magnetic. You will activate your magnetic attraction towards women. And then what you're really doing is like you're telepathically speaking to women all over the world, and they'll answer you back. They'll answer you back. The woman spirit will answer you back, and she will accept you or she'll love you. So you got to be ready. So you got to get ready. So once you do all that, once all that is cleared out of the way, and you getting confirmations and you getting synchronicities, and you're meeting more and more women, because you will meet more and more women as you go. Because the thing is, it's not like you're gonna have to sit here. Because I'm not supposed to say this, because like, you're not supposed to. There's a lot of disciplines, especially when we're talking about arcane or spiritual disciplines, that people don't like it when you talk too much about it, and you outright saying all the shit and stuff. It's not cool, because that's not why people should join in. They should join in because the shit is real. They shouldn't join in because you handed the whole thing on the silver platter. That's bullshit. That person's fake. If it took all that to get this person here, that person's fake, so he shouldn't be here. So I understand that part. But the problem here is there's too much negativity going on. I feel like, from where I'm standing, is there's too much negativity going on. There's not enough positivity going on. There's not enough people saying real shit. There's not enough people saying real shit. So I find myself on the end of the other end of the spectrum, trying to explain all these things that I myself find remarkable and stupendous and fabulous and fantastic, but other people have no idea. But I took the time to practice. I took the time to see if the shit was real or not. Most people don't do that. Most people listen to some shit for 5 minutes and then they're out. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing else better to do, aka that's my AKA, also known as I ain't got nothing else better to do. So so I might as well add more to the subject. And if somebody else feels like saying something, well, at least we started a conversation, and there's more realness and more real shit coming our way. And there's probably somebody that could probably express everything that I said in this video even better than I have. Who knows? But if we never say nothing, if we sit there and never say nothing all the time, there's going to be no progress. There's going to be no conversation. Like right now, there's no conversation. Right now, there's no conversation. I said, in my last video, I was kind of like, well, why doesn't, dudes from like JD Temple, Light and Darkness and stuff like that do a video? They should do a whole fucking video session about, love and shit, especially in the demonic world. Because I find love in the demonic world such an interesting subject. There's so many things involved in it, and it's kind of weird, because it's weird, and I could talk about it, but I don't want to. I'd rather somebody else talk about it, because if I talk about it, I already know what kind of energy I have. If I talk about it, nobody's gonna give a shit. That's the kind of energy I have. I'm sorry, it's true. I'm not supposed to say that shit. That's self-derogative, but like, it is what it is. This is YouTube, man. This isn't the Garden of Eden, man. This is fucking YouTube. So it is what it is. So that's why, like, I'm talking about this shit right now. And this is real. This is real shit. And any spiritual practitioner, manifester is going to repeat to you the exact same words that I've said today. Why? Because I studied the shit for years, and I practiced the shit for years. So what I say is not stupid shit. It's not out of my ass. It's not even on the top of my dome. I'm not freestyling. This is shit I read. I read like books tick like this about manifesting and all that shit. So so yeah, man. The telepathy, man. It's important. It's important, man. It's fantastic, man. It's a crazy happening, man. It's insane, and it works so well. You can do telepathy with any woman that you want. You can do telepathy. I remember I was in the bus, and this pretty girl walks into the bus, man, and she had nice braids too. She was fucking cute, man. So I did my vampire thing. So I was sitting in the back of the bus. She was sitting in the front of the bus, and I just kept looking at her. I kept looking at the back of her head. I didn't look at her, and like if I would turn my head if she saw me looking at her. So it's not. I'm not trying to get her eye. I'm not trying to get her eye contact. I'm trying to send her a message telepathically. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, girl, you don't know what I would do to you, and blah 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 blah. You're so sweet, you're so cute, blah 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 blah. As she gets up to leave the bus, she looks at me directly, as if she heard all the shit that I was sending to her telepathically. But it wasn't her that was looking at me. It was her spirit. Her spirit heard me. Her soul heard me. She heard the telepathy. She felt it. So she turned around and she looked at who was sending me these. Where's that vibe coming from? And then she saw me. I talked to her again another time. It didn't end up anywhere, but shit happens. It's part of life. So yeah, man. Don't forget the telepathy, because the telepathy is an important part of the manifesting. Because just writing down the shit, fine. That shit could work. A lot of people do that. I do that too. I write down shit. I write it once and then I don't give a fuck about it anymore. I don't really, the telepathy works better. But it's important to write it down so you know where you're going and leave it somewhere where the spirits can see it. So, but the telepathy is important. That's what's gonna make you enter another dimension, because you have to change your way of thinking. You have to change your way of thinking. You have to use your throat chakra, your mind chakra. You're using your throat chakra, your mind chakra, and your heart chakra at the same time when you're doing telepathy. So you're using three great powers: the mind, the voice, and the heart. So that's why it's important to do the telepathy work. It's important to do telepathy work, so like that when you walk outside, that's when you get synchronicities. That's when people start noticing you. They start looking at you. That's why people are looking at you funny. That's why girls are looking at you funny, because they heard you, because they can feel what you're trying to do. And you will become more and more attractive, and women will be gravitating towards you more and more. But that doesn't mean that you should pick one of those. It's just a synchronicity. It's just the universe letting you know that I heard you and we're getting there. So anyways, I'm gonna stop the video right here. Now see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.